Alrighty, so I'm just gonna be going on a little walk here, trying out the GoPro. I'll just try to adjust this camera as needed, make sure she stays in it for the most part. Haven't used this in a while, but I think it should get most of what we need. But we're just going to be taking a little walk. You can see some of the things that we do on the walk together, and kind of like what that means for you. Like, okay, you know, if you want to take a little walk, how do you do it? What's the best things to do? What kind of things should you include? How often should you be putting obedience on your dog? Like, is this okay? Yeah. The answer to this is fine. I know that, you know, like sometimes trainers will kind of, oh, you see those ducks? There's a bunch of ducks. Sometimes trainers will kind of, you know, expect you to do like a 20-minute walk, and the whole walk is like drills. There's a bunch of drills. Frankly, a lot of times that's counterproductive. For instance, like with a dog like Bella, if you take her out and you just do a bunch of drills, then you're probably going to actually end up with a problem, right? So that problem is she's gonna not like going outside with you. If you think about it from the dog's perspective, which is what we should be doing. Hi, Echo. We should be thinking about things from the dog's perspective as far as we can. You know, you want them to think like, hey, it's super cool to go outside with mom, super cool to go outside with dad. Like, that's my person. I like going outside with them. I get to do fun things, right? So say I go out with Bella here for a walk. Well, we've already done play and train stuff with her, and we've taught her, like, you know, how to, you know, respond to different commands. So we've already taught her, like, hey, you know, like, you need to recall. We've taught her what, like, the e-collar means. We've taught her, you know, that she needs to walk on a loose leash if the leash is shorter. So she knows to recall. She knows to do a loose leash walks. She knows to heel, right? So she knows these different commands. She knows to sit and stay, obviously. If she's on a shorter leash, like the 6 foot, she'll stay on the left side. She knows all these things, right? So the kind of like the question is, when you're teaching through the play and train, you're teaching all this stuff. Well, what then? Do you have to like constantly drill that on your walks? Do you have to constantly drill that in your house? No, let your dog be a dog. Enjoy yourself, do this. And then in a 20-30 minute walk, I might recall her maybe at most like 10 times, right? 5 to 10 times. That's all I'm gonna do. So then in this case, like, we have some people over here, and bye. Right, so we got some folks over here. Bella doesn't really care about that, but then all I got to do is say, Bella, here. Yeah, that's a good girl, mama. Oh, you want a treat? You want a treat? Ooh, so you can give her a treat, or you can recall her. Once you've recalled her, you can give her a treat. You can give her some praise, both. You can give her, you know, like, some playtime, right? So like, I forgot to bring a toy with me right now, so I don't have a toy on me, but she doesn't really seem to care too much about that. She's just happy to smell everything. But yeah, that's really all you got to do with your doggo. Looks like she's about to use the bathroom. Potentially. She's smelling something interesting. Good girly. And she's already, you know, like, been trained not to put pressure on the leash. So she responds really well to the leash pressure. But yeah, give her lots of freedom. Let your dog do things, explore things. That's why, you know, our facilities, like, out here in the country, and, you know, like, we've talked with some of the neighbors and stuff, and we've got like this orchard, like this big, I was about to say orchard. It's not really any, I don't think these trees are gonna have any kind of fruit on them, but you know, like, they're fine with us, you know, walking across the street and coming out here and walking around in the woods. So we've got a bunch of land out here that we take the dogs out and walk onto. And you know, like, that's a good setting for them. Oh, now she's interested in me. See, sometimes when you let them sniff for a while, they get interested in you. Good girl. Woo-hoo-hoo. Sit. Sit. Nope. Sit. And you saw she responded to that nope. Nope. Sit. Good girl. Stay. Nope. Stay. There you go. Oh, that's why she got pulled a little bit there when I asked her to stay. This was locked. Yes, break. Woo-hoo! Right, and it doesn't have to be like any kind of huge, like, okay, I'm gonna make you stay for an hour. You know, we can do that during the play and train. We can do a little bit more stuff there. But you want them to be excited. You want them to be happy. Here. Yes. Good girl, Bella. Bella, sit. Nope. Bella, sit. Good girl. And that's what the nope is for. It's a conditioned punisher. Stay. So that when she doesn't respond to the cues, you have an option to use a conditioned punisher. Right? But you can see she's super excited. Nope. Sit. But see that right there, that nope gives us more control that normally we wouldn't have. See, she's gonna get up for that. I didn't really train with her very much on the flexi this time in the past. Excuse my misuse of the flexi there. Bella, sit. Good girl. Stay. So she's not used to, on the stays, having any kind of pressure pulling her in the other direction. In fact, she's used to that being a cue. See, if she feels any kind of pressure, she's used to getting up. Yes, break. Good. Ooh, good girl. Yep, yep, chip. Good girl. And then just use like yes or yep or good girl or chip. It doesn't really matter what sound you make as long as it's happy and it's the same sound every time. We a lot of times will use yes, or we'll use, there's another trainer, has often with Shield K9. He uses the word chip. Some made up word, I think, because obviously it doesn't mean anything in that context. So we'll just use chip sometimes, or we'll use yes, or frankly, you can just use good girl or good boy, and that's plenty sufficient. And that just signifies to them like, hey, you did the right thing. You know, you did good. Good girlie. Good job. Let's go. Kind of walking back and forth here. I was waiting for this guy. I got Kaiser over here. See how this interaction goes. They're both pretty friendly dogs, so shouldn't have much of an issue. See, both tails are going. Neither of them being rude. Good doggies. Yeah, no tangling. Oh my goodness.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. Good doggies. Yeah. There you go. Good job, guys. Yeah. Good. So yeah, so you can now you can use, if your friend's got dogs, you can use that. As long as you have some obedience on them already. So like one of the questions is, okay, say your dog's really excited. Bella, here. Bella, sit. Sit. Good girl. Right, and so like I don't have to punish on the first time that she doesn't do it, right? I don't have to be super crazy about that. Right, it's sufficient for me. Nope. There you go. Stay. That's all that's required. But as you can see there, like an important thing is I'm giving her lots of freedom, and she's, you know, running back and forth. She's super excited with the other dog that she saw, and she's running towards him. But I could immediately recall her off of running towards him, right? And she didn't hit the end of the line. She stopped on her own, right? Because this line is like 16 feet. She didn't hit the 16 foot. Once she was like 7 or 8 feet away, I recalled her. I just said Bella here, which is the recall command. I use her name to orient her. Nope. Bella, sit. Nope. Bella, sit. Bella, sit. Good girl. Stay. Right? And once she heard her reorientation cue, her name, and then I recalled her with the word here, you know, she flipped around after, like, you know, getting rid of the momentum she already had for those couple of feet. So that's all you got to do once your dog is trained. And then you can do these kinds of drills. Nope. Sit. Nope. Bella, sit. Good girl, stay. And she has an e-collar on. Nope. Stay. There you go. She might be getting a little bit hot, so I'm probably gonna take her back. These walks don't have to be especially long, and you have to take into consideration, like, okay, breed, age, you know, like endurance level, you know, how much excitement are they used to? How much can they take? You might have like a, you know, a blue heeler or something like that. And that blue heeler might go for, you know, for ages, just sprinting around like a lunatic for 3 hours, and not get tired on the walk at all. Or you might have, you know, like a young pitty mix like Bella, and she might get, you know, pretty hot and ready to take a nap after 15-20 minutes. If you have a French Bulldog, it might be even less than that, right? If it's hot outside and humid outside like it is here in North Carolina right now. So let's take all that stuff into consideration. Yes, break, good, right? And that's how we get them up. Yes, and break. But anyway, I'll probably be recording a lot more of these walk sessions in the future, just so everybody gets to see, like, hey, this is what your dog's doing. Or if you don't have a dog training with us, you can see, hey, this is what Angier K9 does for their training. This is how they train. Nope, leave it. Right, she was so you can wanted to explain what I was doing there. She was trying to pick up this bottle. You know, people leave stuff everywhere, but I just had to tell her not to do that. And we use Nope for all kinds of stuff, right? And I'll probably have like some comments